In first video from yesterday, you were able to see skill changes for 10 classes of Lost Ark on Korean PTR server. So in today's second video, I will show you skill changes for rest of the classes. As you will see in the next few minutes, some classes have get buffed and some nerfed. So let's dive into video. Before we start, let me just say subscribe to my YouTube channel to see more Lost Ark videos in the future. Let's go forward with Blaster. Let's check how many skills we have changed here, and look at the start menu when you see this. Increase the damage of normal skills by 5% during PvE. So good news for Blaster. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 skills and changes to identity and skills in general. And look at this. When you read it like this, you can just look overall numbers. You don't need to read specifications, right? Increased range by 50%. Let's check. Reduce the duration of attack by 30%. Okay. Let's check some changes here. So we have here changes regarding few skills. Gatling gun. The back attack effect has been removed. Flamethrower. The back attack effect has been removed. Actually, we have same thing for free skills, right? And for this one, third one. Then we have some changes regarding disable has been changed as follows. Existing award changed the lowest for few other skills, but I don't see any kind of changes regarding damage, right? Beside this first main change, right? Increased the damage of normal skills by 5% during PvE. So this is interesting to see. This is rough translation from Korean language to English language. You will recognize icons for different skills, and you will find the link in the description below video. So let's check main changes. Heavy Turret Awakening increased health by 300% during PvE. This is nice. Few changes regarding identity and skills. So regarding Blaster, overall changes we can say here, yes, little bit buffed. Not nerfed for sure, a little bit of buff. Let's go forward. Okay, I'm reading this now for 1 hour, and for sure I will need to cut this video. This will last too long. So let's check some main things. We have here Hawkeye. We have changes regarding how many skills. 1, 2, 3. That's it? 1, 2, 3? That was actually pretty fast. But we have changes regarding identity and engraving, right? First, let's check changes regarding skills. Blade Storm, the Silver Master tripod effect has been changed as follows. Existing for every 3 hits, the Hawk is recovered by 12, 13, 14, 16, 18. After every 3 hits, okay, we have 14, 15, 17, 19, and 21. So lower numbers are higher. That means positive change. Then we have something which we have seen for other classes also. Existing change for Slash from head attack and back attack to only back attack. Then we have for this skill here, remove the head attack effect. Okay. Awakening, this will be interesting to see. Herald of Fenrir. It has been changed to restore 100% of the Hawk when an overcharge attack hits, and to restore 25% of the Hawk when an instant fire attack hits. Okay, this is actually pretty good, right? Identity, increased Hawk natural recovery by 50% during PvE battles, increased Hawk natural recovery by 30% during PvP battles. So positive changes, I would say, regarding this class here. Engraving changes, let's check just main numbers here. I don't see any kind of changes regarding numbers. Yes, on the end here, as you can see, natural recovery amount is changed from 10, 20, 30% during battle to 3, 6, and 10%. Let's check conclusion from developers. Hawkeye has improved the Hawkeye supply and demand structure and adjusted the engraving performance to match the changed Hawkeye supply and demand structure. In addition, in the case of the second Compassion Hawkeye, even considering the convenience and difficulty of engraving, the damage index is below expectation. So it has been improved to receive additional effect while maintaining the Silver Hawk summon. So I wouldn't say this is some kind of nerf for this class. Hawkeye, I would say so-so. Neither big nerf and neither big buff. Let's go forward with Scouter. Let's check how many skills we have changed here. I can see only 3 skills here changed. Okay, this is interesting to see. First skill, Overcharged Battery. Part Destruction level 1 effect has been added. The strengthening fighting spirit effect has been changed as follows. Existing, when explosive attack hits, the attack power of you and party members within 24 meters is increased by 6% for 14 seconds. After the change, we have 24 meters increased by 6% for 14 seconds. So this is the same? Yeah, 6%. What is the change then? For you and your party members, when attack hits for 14 seconds. Why I don't see any change? Probably I have blind completely out of reading this post that much, but maybe it's a wrong translation here, right? This is interesting. When an explosive attack hits, only first part of the sentence basically, right? When an explosive attack hits or when an attack hits. Okay, this is interesting. Then we have some other changes here regarding high voltage bomb. They are changing here from head attack to back attack. Avalanche. Previous cooldown 16 seconds, now cooldown 12 seconds. Positive change, absolutely. Increased damage in PvE by 24.3% and reduced damage in PvP by 20.3%. This is interesting, right? The battery supply has been changed as follows. Existing 77 charges to changed 60 charges. Other numbers here, when the charge attack hits, the battery is charged by, I can see here, increasing numbers. This is positive change. And lower here, look at this. Again, increasing numbers. So, looks like we are getting small buff for this class, because we can also see here, look at this. Another change in cooldown. Oh, wait a second. This is skill cooldown time has been changed as follows. Existing 12 seconds changed 18 seconds. So increase in cooldown for that skill. And then we have movement distance of the drone when using the skill has been changed as follows. Existing 10 meters, after the change 7.6 meters. So reduction in distance, right? Increased damage in PvE, so this is only regarding that specific skill, right? Increased damage in PvE by 64.8%, increased damage in PvP 37.3%. Annihilation mode, increased damage in PvE by 75%. So yeah, I think you have get impression. Energy booster, increased damage in PvE by 15%. Let's check here comments from developers. Arcane Skill Scouts are a class with a combat concept that constantly uses skills, as the damage difference between skills is relatively evenly distributed. However, in the case of joint skill, it was judged that the advantage in terms of damage was small compared to the limitation that it cannot be used with the drone skill, and the battery consumption is high, so the damage amount has been increased. This is good news, right? The carpet skill has a problem in the damage difference between small and large monsters becomes excessively large due to the long moving distance. So overall changes regarding this class are also looking pretty good, right? I mean, I don't see any kind of huge nerf here, so definitely a little bit of buff. Let's go forward with Gunslinger. Let's check first how many skills we have changed here. 1, 2, 3... That's it, only 3 skills have changed for Gunslinger and some changes regarding engraving. Let's check first changes regarding skills. Peacekeeper, the attack type has been changed as follows. Existing head attack, changed back attack. We have seen that change for many skills, for many different classes. Catastrophe, okay, this is interesting. Increased damage in PvE by 22%. Okay, this is looking really good, right? Changed the final shot tripod effect to stopped breathing effect. Existing, let's check numbers here. When attacking an enemy with less than 50% health, the critical hit rate increases by 50%, 57.5%, 65, 72.5, 80%. Changed damage to enemies increased by 15, 21, 27, 33, and 40%. And damage to enemies with health below 50% increases by 20%. This is very nice buff regarding this skill. Let's check the next skill here. Rain of Bullet. Increased damage in PvE by 23%. Reduced damage in PvP by 20%. And I will not check all of these numbers here. We will check just changes regarding engravings here and the comments from developers. I will put link in the description below video. So regarding this video, it will have timestamps, chapters, So if you want to check for your class, just click on different part of the video so you don't waste your time, right? Because probably it will be a long video because we have here lots of changes over there on Korean PTR server. So changes regarding engraving. The time to hunt effect has been changed as follows. Existing handgun and rifle skills increase the critical hit rate by 20, 27 and 35%, but the shotgun stance cannot be used. Increases the critical hit rate of handgun and rifle skills after the change by 20, 30 and 40%. So we have here increase obviously in a critical hit rate, but the shotgun stance cannot be used. Developer comments, so let's check in generally what were they aiming for, right? Gunslinger's time to hunt engraving was designed to provide easier operation difficulty than Peacekeeper, but due to tripod configuration of rain of bullet skill and specific position is forced and intentional, I have asked for a higher level of difficulty than I did. Okay, so this is rough translation from Korean language to English language, and I know that many things here doesn't make sense, but we will understand, did we get nerf or buff for this class, right? That is the line, right? Accordingly, by changing the tripod of the rain of bullet skill and adjusting the tripod of apocalypse skill, one of the main skill, the time to hunt Gunslinger's battle difficulty is lowered and damage is achieved at the intended level. It has been improved to do so. So I can see here improvements, absolutely, at least regarding critical hit rate, right? At least regarding that. Also, you can see here rain of bullet increased damage in PvE by 23% and reduced damage in PvP by 20%. And regarding catastrophe skill, increased damage in PvE for 22%. So I would say positive changes here for Gunslinger. Let's go forward with Summoner. Another class which we should get here in the West, well, probably somewhere during 2022. And I know that many of you were waiting to play this class actually for release, on Western release, right, of this game. However, sadly, yeah, we still didn't get any kind of information regarding the release of Summoner. We only know that we are getting Destroyer in May and Lancemaster on April 21st here in the West, right? So let's check changes regarding Summoner. Skill. Increased the damage of all skills except the basic attacks and awakening by 5% during PvE. This is actually good news on the start. I mean, 5%, it doesn't look that much, but come on. In generally, it's increased, right? Let's check how many skills we have changed here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's it. 5 skills. I was thinking it would be more, but obviously not. Let's check it out. Marilyn, okay, skill increased health by 300% during PvE. 300%. Wow, this is amazing increase, right? Water Spirit, we have change in cooldown here. I will not read all of this text currently because I don't want to turn this into reading session. I will put link in the description below video. Like I said, you can check this post later for yourself. I want to check together with you today in general changes to see did some class get nerfed or buffed, right? And details you can check later for yourself. So, cooldown on Water Spirit, reduction of cooldown from 20 seconds to 14 seconds. This is another positive change here for Summoner. Reduced mana consumption by about 15.5%, reduced damage in PvE and PvP by 24.1%. So this is so news. Reduce the amount of ancient energy recovery by 25% in PvE and PvP. Then we have Sticky Moss Swamp skill. Let's check just numbers here. Defense reduced by 12% for 16 seconds. That was after the change. Before change, creates a moss swamp immediately. So they have changed this skill from general explanation, right, to some specific numbers. Let's check what we have here. Existing decreases all enemies' defense by 24% for 2 seconds that they are hit by moss swamp. After the change, increases the swamp duration by 2 seconds and attracts nearby enemies. Okay, instant explosion. Again, as you can see from general description of this skill, existing part destruction 1 level is given to the skill. After the change, reduces all enemy defense by 12% for 8 seconds. Actually, this is sounds pretty good, right? And Shurdi, that is at least translation here for this skill, right? If you will play Summoner, then you will recognize different kind of icons, right, from these skills, so you will understand which skill am I talking about. Existing, the movement speed of Shurudi's Starlight Arrow increases by 20%. Change, reduces all enemy defense by 12% for 4 seconds. So regarding Summoner, I wouldn't say too many changes here. In generally, okay, 5% more damage during PvE, this is good thing. And also regarding this skill, first skill here, 300% more increased health. 300% is actually a lot. Reduced cooldown on one skill, a little bit decreased damage, reduced damage. I wouldn't say some huge changes. Let's check comments from developers. Summoner's Sticky Moss Swamp skills instant party synergy efficiency goes hand in hand with the growth of adventurers, so it's showing somewhat excessive performance, okay? Accordingly, the instant part synergy effect of Sticky Moss Swamp has been reorganized into permanent maintenance form, and the performance of the class has been adjusted accordingly. So yeah, even here from this description from developers of the game, looks like they didn't change that much things regarding Summoner. So I wouldn't say some huge nerf or buff for this class, for sure. Let's go forward with Arcana. Look at this one, really beautiful class. What to say except let's hope that very soon here in the West we will also play this class, Arcana. Let's check how many skills they have changed for Arcana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and some changes regarding identity and jewelry. Okay, let's check in general changes here. First skill here, we have Celestial Lane. Critical damage increases by 20%, 23, 27, 31, 35. Okay, up to 80, 92. That is before the change. After the change, critical damage increases by 20, 28, 32. So I can see here increase in numbers, boys and girls. Most definitely. So increase in critical damage for Celestial Lane. The hand strike tripod effect has been changed as follows. Damage to enemies is increased by 25, 31, 37. And after the change, 30, 37, 44, 52. Again, increased damage. So looks like things are getting good for now, at least for Arcana, right? The capture weakness tripod effect has been changed as follows. And we have here stack effect to enemies immune to damage or more is increased by 2, 5, 0, 28, 31. Okay, after the change, we have 30, 33, 36, 40, 44. Boys and girls, again, positive change. I would say for Arcana, we have increase in numbers. Whenever you see some kind of decrease in numbers, that means that, yeah, that change is not good for that class in general, right? Except cooldown of the skill. Yeah, that is a positive decrease, right? Then we have next skill here, Serendipity. Existing before the change, tripod effect has been changed as follows. With 20% chance per stack of stacks, the critical damage dealt by ruins increases by 200%, 262, 324, and on the end 450. After the change, 240, 304.8, 379.6, 336.8, and 504. So we have increase again regarding this critical damage dealt. Okay, so this is another. So we already can see trend here, and if you check all of these numbers here, look at this. Increase again regarding Secret Garden skill, look at this. Increase again regarding numbers. And regarding 4 cards skill, we have that normal change, right? From existing head attack to back attack. Then we have here return, remove the head attack effect. Mysterious Rush, remove the head attack effect. And Checkmate, increase damage in PvE by 12%. So increased damage in PvE by 12% for Checkmate. This is also looking pretty good. And when you see numbers here in generally, especially here regarding identity, check this out. Existing before the change, basic attacks change to 3 directions for 16 seconds and damage to enemies increases by 100%. After the change, basic attack changes to 3 directions, stack 1 stack when hitting an attack, and damage to enemies is increased by 100%. In addition, damage to enemies below the seed is increased by 400%. This is looking actually pretty good for Arcana jewelry. The Emperor skill has been added to the gem option. So general changes regarding Arcana are looking also very good. So not too many changes, I would say. Actually decent, I would say, comparing to other classes, right? Yeah, it's actually pretty decent. We have seen less changes, for example, for Striker or for Paladin class, and here you can see so changes regarding Arcana. Let's go forward with Bard, one very popular class here in the West, and actually also over there in Korea. Bard is very popular basically since release of the game, right? Let's check in generally how many skills they have changed for Bard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's it. So not many changes regarding Bard, and I already can see a trend here. They have increased some values here regarding numbers regarding time frame. Look at this, from 2 seconds to 3 seconds. Let's check them out in generally. Prelude to the Storm, added counter effect. Okay, this is positive change, right? Then we have here Sound Shock. Before the change to Castle attribute, and Node Stigma is created on the enemies hit by the Sound Shock for 2 seconds, increasing the damage you and your party members inflict by 10%. After the change, Node Brand is created on enemies hit by Shock Sound for 3 seconds. Other values remain the same, and party members for 10%. So that remains the same. Let's go forward with Stigma. The Brilliance Bard tripod effect has been changed as follows. Existing, change the Castle attribute, and Node Stigma is created for 2 seconds, increasing the damage you and your party members inflict for 10%. After the change, Node Stigma is created for 3 seconds, so increase here, increasing damage dealt by your party and yourself by 10%. Okay. Then what else do we have here? Bunch of nodes. Basically this is the same change. Look at this. From 2 seconds to 3 seconds for bunch of nodes. Then we have Rhythmic Harp, Song of Light from 3 seconds to 4 seconds. So yeah, overall I wouldn't say huge change. Only except, right, duration here regarding this node bundle regarding time, right, from 2 seconds to 3 seconds, and here from 3 seconds to 4 seconds. Bard is becoming increasingly difficult to maintain the Stigma effect against the changed battle environment and monsters. Accordingly, by adjusting the duration of Stigma effect by reflecting the recent meta characteristics, the Stigma can be maintained more easily. So that's it, right? Regarding Bard, actually they didn't change something crucial here. They have had also to this skill on the start, Prelude to the Storm, counter attack, counter effect, right? However, yeah, they didn't increase damage or decrease damage or something like that on some huge way. So not so many changes here regarding Bard. Let's check what we have here next. Sorceress, absolutely beautiful class. I'm playing Sorceress a lot currently on Western servers, of course. I would say as my second main character after Deathblade, right? So I have to say, absolutely amazing class. Very high burst damage, however, little bit too squishy. If it wasn't that squishy, I would play Sorceress as my main for sure. But yeah, it's a little bit too squishy. That's a story for another video. Let's check how many skills they have changed for Sorceress. We have 1, 2, that's it. 1, 2, I was kind of, you know, I will count a lot, but only 2 skills have changed, and identity, they have changed identity. Let's check it out, right? Skill. Frost Columns, added counterattack effect, okay. Squall, that is very nice skill. The attack type has been changed as follows, from head attack to back attack, okay. Identity, magic enchantment effect has been changed as follows. Attribute skill damage increased by 10% for monsters and 2% for adventurers. That's before the change. After the change, attribute skill damage increases by 8% for monsters and 2% for adventurers. So decrease here from 10% to 8%. Magic release effect has been changed as follows. Attribute skill damage increases by 20% for monsters and 4% for adventurers. After the change, attribute skill damage increases by 16% for monsters and 4% for adventurers. Again, decrease, right, from 20% to 16%. We have changed the attribute damage factor of specialization, magic enchantment, and magic release as follows. Existing 2.15 factor was before, after the change 2.2. So yeah, I mean, not so many changes regarding Sorceress here, as you can see. Just a little bit of changes regarding identity. So this reduction from 10% to 8% and from 20% to 16%. So let's check comments from developers. Ignition Sorceress is designed as a class that can unleash powerful firepower for a short period of time. Yes, we know that, right? This was intended when we planned the Sorceress, but now its firepower has risen to a somewhat excessive level. Accordingly, we adjusted the identity effect to lower the instantaneous damage to appropriate level. Okay, so looks like they have decreased a little bit, right, values here, but yeah, I wouldn't say this is that much kind of nerf, right, for Sorcerers. In my opinion, this class have amazing damage, probably the best damage in the game, and yeah, sadly it's a glass cannon kind of class, so it's very squishy at the same time. So these changes will not affect Sorcerers that much. Let's go forward with Blade, another amazing class which I play a lot. I could even say as my main character currently after Western release of the game. Let's check it out, how many changes we have here. Wow, that's it. Only one skill and changes to engraving, but look at this, that's it. Okay, let's check it out. Skill, Earth Slash. The attack type has been changed as follows. From head attack and back attack to only back attack. Engrave. The burst effect has been changed as follows, and I will not read all of this here because yeah, this will take like 10 minutes to study, but let's check some values here. They are changing numbers here. Wait a second. This effect increases the damage of Blade Burst skill up to 100%, and before the change, yeah, this is another thing. The burst enchantment effect is stacked every 0.4 seconds. So they have changed dynamics completely of this burst effect, right? Let's check comments of developers. The burst blade has steadily increased in index as various skills trees to utilize the burst engraving have been researched after the improvement of engraving, and now has the highest average damage index among all classes in the end content. I have to say that Deathblade actually makes very nice damage in endgame, right? So, and it's not squishy, also another big thing, right? So, accordingly, we have made adjustments to lower the performance of burst engraving, and we will continue to check the indicators to make adjustments to that burst that can be utilized and applied in more diverse ways. So, I wouldn't say this is some huge kind of nerf for Deathblade. In general, this class is something really great, have really nice damage, and these changes here, it will not hurt that much Blade. But for sure, it's not a positive change. Yeah, for sure, it's not some kind of buff, right? Let's go forward with Demonic. Let's check it out. What do we have here? So we have only, oh, wait a second, not only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, this is actually a lot now. 7 skills have been changed for Demonic class. Let's check it out. First skill here, Rush. The movement distance has been changed from 5 meters to 6 meters. So this is actually a good change. Increase in movement distance. Skill, reduced damage of normal and anchor enchantment skill for 3.8% during PvE. Really? Reduced damage of normal and, oh, come on, this is actually really interesting. Reduced damage for 3.8% during PvE. Then we have a few changes here regarding skills, which Basically, some of these changes are normal. A rising claw here, they are moving from head attack to back attack. Oh, we have here one skill cooldown change from 30 seconds to 24 seconds. This is good. This is very nice actually. So a reduction in cooldown. Reduced damage in PvE and PvP by, wow, 15.95%. And again, look at this. Look at this. Again, a reduction for 16 point. When you see some reduction, that's usually not a good sign. Like I said, only regarding cooldown, that's a good thing. But regarding damage here, okay. So I will not go throughout each one of these skills. I will put link in the description below video. I want to check in generally what happened with demonic here. You can check later all of these data for yourself, right? Specific skills. But looks like that demonic is getting a little bit of nerf, right? Due to special identity of transformation, demonic had a lot of inconvenience in combat and party synergy operation. So because of that transformation into demon form, right? In the case of perfect suppression engraving, we adjusted the overall performance balance in consideration of the fact that the skill composition and the deal cycle may change according to synergy changes. So how will all of these changes have effect on gameplay of demonic? That remains to be seen, but so far it's not looking that good, especially this reduced damage for 3.8% during PvE. But then again, it's not some huge percentage, right? I have to say, demonic feels really strong also in generally. Assassins in Lost Ark in generally are very powerful. And also, next assassin, which we should get in Western regions somewhere during 2022, absolutely amazing class, Reaper. All of the assassins are amazing, Reaper also. So let's check changes regarding Reaper. We have how many skills here first? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wow, okay, this is a lot of changes. So yeah, let's check some changes in general. So on the start we have increased the damage of raid skills by 4.5% during PvE. Already on the start, very good news, right? Whoever likes to play Reaper in other regions, then after Western release, you will be able to enjoy, looks like, in increased damage of raid skills for 4.5% during PvE. Corrosion, excessive bleeding and fear have been changed so that only one can be given at the same time. Okay, interesting. Shadow Trap change from head attack to back attack. This is kind of normal, I would say. And we have here reducing all defense by 12%. Before that, it was completely different mechanics. Looks like, yeah. Let's check comments from developers, because this is looking so regarding Reaper. Identity, Shadow Illusion increased health by 300% during PvE. This is actually pretty nice. Let's check comments from developers. Reaper is a class that has difficulty in capturing content due to lack of party synergy and gimmick performance. Accordingly, we've changed the party synergy effect to have a more competitive effect, lowered the difficulty of synergy operation, and added a counter to the nightmare skill to improve gimmick performance. By employing the back attack tripod, we look forward to see Reaper hitting the counter while moving from behind the monster in an instant. So I wouldn't say some negative changes here for Reaper, but of course all remains to be seen. How will that feel under the fingers, you know, after implemented maybe on live servers, right? All of these changes which you can see in today's video are changes on Korean PTR server. So that is a test server, and those changes will be maybe implemented on live servers in Korea and later on live servers here in the West, right? And on the end, we have here Artist, a new class, a latest new class added on Korean servers, well, recently, about 2 months ago, yeah. So we are waiting, we have actually get announcement of 2 new classes incoming over there in Korea, Female Berserker and Aeromancer, but we still don't have any kind of release date for those classes, right? And they are not for now released over there in Korea. So, Artist, latest new class over there in Korea. Let's check it out. This is support class, to be clear, right? If you didn't know that before. So Artist is actually third support class of Lost Ark after Bard and Paladin. Let's check how many changes we have here. Wow, okay, look at this. Okay, this is kind of normal, I would say, because this is a new class and it's normal. They need to adjust lots of things, but look at this. This is huge list of changes, and to be honest, I'm not surprised because Artist or Painter here is looking actually very powerful in general, right? This class can give shield, it can support its party members, it can also give buff, pretty good buff for party members, so it's really strong class. Let's check it out. Skill: when Dongle Bell, okay, is activated, a round bubble has been changed to be created a little closer to the center of the character, okay? And all of these numbers here, let's see, spelling, raise, remove the head attack effect, silence, slaughter, disabled has been changed as follows: existing medium, changed slender. I don't see any kind of huge changes here. I can see here some decrease in numbers. As you can see here, percentages are going down. Did they nerf a little bit this class? Looks like yes. Looks like we are talking here about a little bit of nerf for Artist, but let's check comments of developers. Sufficient indicators have been accumulated for balance adjustments according to the play of many adventurers since the release. Yeah, since the release. After examining the indicators, the Painter contained various problems due to inconvenient operation of some skills and insufficient neutralization performance. Accordingly, the performance of convenience of some skills have been improved, and the actions of using some skills have been improved more comfortably. So, yeah, I wouldn't say some huge changes here regarding Painter class, because this is a new class, like I said, and probably in the future with new patch notes they will additionally adjust some things. But did they nerf this class a lot? I wouldn't say that for sure. Or that they have even buffed this class. Probably not. They have just give some adjustments to Painter, and for sure this will be one very beautiful option to play after we will get this class in Western regions, like I said, because this is third support class of Lost Ark. We only have until now, right, Bard and Paladin as support classes, and if you like to play support classes, then this class in front of you, well, you will try to play it after Western release. And that's it for the second part of video actually regarding skill changes which are happening over there in Korea on Korean PTR servers. If you are interested into other classes of Lost Ark changes, check my video from yesterday. I had to make video in 2 parts because it would be too long video to make one video, right? So I was reading this probably for more than 1 hour, for hour and a half probably, and I have cut out lots of parts here. I have give you just main information about main changes here regarding different classes. Check timestamps, you have chapters here in both of the videos, a video from yesterday and video from today, so you can check changes regarding different classes, specifically for each class. And also I will put link in description below video to this post, right? So you can check this post for yourself in details, right? Every skill which you want to know for different classes. Let me know in the comments below video how do you like new changes regarding skills for all classes, and did your class get nerfed or buffed? If you are interested into Lost Ark, check my YouTube channel for lots of gameplay videos, guides for new players, and news from World of Lost Ark. I am following everything what is happening over there in Korea, because sooner or later, whatever they have over there in Korea, we will also get here in the West, right? So it's always interesting to see what is happening over there. And of course, I'm currently playing Lost Ark here in the West, so whatever new is happening with Lost Ark, it doesn't matter here in the West or over there in Korea, I will let you know about that here on my YouTube channel. Thank you for watching the video, and subscribe to my YouTube channel to see more Lost Ark videos in the future. See you soon.